Hello everybody, how are you guys doing? We are going to be jumping back into my favorite universe, the Game of Thrones universe. We're going to be checking out Season 2 of House of the Dragon. Finally, I know it's been a big wait from Season 1. There's been a lot of reasons for that. Most of all, me not finding time to do as many reactions as I would like to. But we're steadily gonna get there, guys. But we're jumping back. I feel like it's been a good... I've distanced myself a little bit to the point where I'm kind of like ready to get immersed again. The first season was top notch. The first season was really good. Hopefully the second season stays this course. I know season 3 is about to come out very soon, actually, if not like in a couple of days since the recording of this video. But it's gonna come out in June, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, what better time to start season 2 as season 3 is coming out. But yeah, where we left off in the last season with a fucking brilliant last episode. Rhaenyra's youngest, which I am forgetting his name right now, got killed. What's his name? Aegon? No, Aegon is the one that got the crown. What was the younger brother's name? That actually the grown-up actors actually they should have flipped them, but that's a discussion for another time. Shit, Aemond. It's Aemon, right? Yeah, that scene with the dragons, that was epic as hell. Like the difference in size. The first time we saw a dragon this big, honestly, in Game of Thrones. That scene where when he was in the Baratheon castle. The dragon just waiting out there, and it looked like a fucking mountain. That scene was epic. I know we're getting ready for a war, right? The civil war between the Targaryens. I feel like this is gonna play a big part in why that happens, I guess. Rhaenyra's son getting murdered by Alicent's son, and there's no going back from this now. That's for sure. Other than that, we have split into these two different functions, these two different like sides of the kingdom. And we're trying to see where its alliance is gonna fall. Yeah. Before we jump into the reaction, as always, I do need to give a special shout out to my lovely Patreons. Thank you guys so much for your continuous love and support. If you'd like to check out the Patreon, the link is in the description down below. For full-length reactions and other Patreon exclusive benefits, make sure you click the link. Check that out if that interests you. But yeah, super excited, guys, to jump back into this. You all know how much I love Game of Thrones. Let's not waste any more time in this intro and let's jump right into House of the Dragon, Season 2, Episode 1. Let's go. And it's a new intro. One thing about Game of Thrones intros, they always hit. I kinda enjoyed how the Night of the Seven Kingdoms did not have an intro and only teased an intro in like the first episode, because they know when we're tuning into Game of Thrones, so we're expecting a fire-ass intro, and since that show was about kind of like subverting those expectations about Game of Thrones, I felt like that was a very good touch. But yeah, clearly we're seeing dragons fighting, burning each other, destroying the kingdoms basically. This embroidering is so cool. That's a fire intro. They did their thing with this intro. Are we going to see another funeral? Feels like there's been a lot of funerals. Okay, this is Winterfell, right?
One older than any oath, stood as guardians against the cold and the dark.
Who's speaking right now? Because I know it's not Jon Snow.
From doomed men, but my ancestor, Torrhen Stark, began a tradition by making an offering at the onset of winter. 1 in 10 men from our household was to be chosen to fortify the watch. This is not a sentence, but an honor. The North must stand ready. Winter is coming.
Coming? What is this then that falls from the skies and shivers my bones?
This is only a late summer snow, my prince.
It pleases me to think that over a century ago our ancestors treated in this very place, the conqueror and the king in the north. The High Tower's plan to usurp the throne. If my mother is to defend her claim to hold the realm united, she needs an army. We cannot wage it without the support of the north.
My father brought King Jaehaerys and Queen Alysanne to see the wall. His grace stood at this very outlook and watched as their dragons refused to cross it. Do you think my ancestors built a 700-foot wall of ice to keep out snow and savages?
What does it keep out?
Death.
So that's very interesting. So the dragons didn't even want to
thousands
cross
of greybeards
across the wall.
If your greybeards can fight, the Queen will have them.
They will fight hard, like Northerners.
The Ravens arrived. Urgent news from Dragonstone.
Of his brother's passing. Murder.
Warmba. Again. We're flying out.
Malus must gorge and rest, as must I.
We're going to King's Landing,
To what end?
killing Vhagar. I cannot face that hoary old bitch alone. With my dragon and yours together, we can kill Vhagar and her rider. Make it a son for a son.
Was this the Queen's
The
command?
Queen remains absent. I should be at Harrenhal, bending knees, but I must instead remain here to wage her war.
Or perhaps more simply, to await her return.
Long she is exposed.
She is grieving. It was a raven that brought me news of Lena's death. I existed for weeks, in torment, refusing to believe what I'd been told.
So it's been a while, I guess a few days since
There's only just
they got
one
the
thing
news,
remains
and
that I could-
Rhaenyra's been absent to cope with
Raven
it.
has told Rhaenyra that her son is dead.
Acted when you had the chance. Aegon's line would be extinguished, and Luke would be alive. Fly with me. It is a command.
Would that you were the king.
Yeah, she's definitely not been sleeping. She's been through it.
I must have my ship back at sea to lead the effort.
It'll be many weeks yet.
Yeah, I don't think this ship is ready to be back at sea.
But I'll have a word with my brother, see what reinforcements the shipwrights can muster. The smithy delivered this earlier, my lord.
I just noticed the sigil. It's like a what is the word that I'm looking for? Seahorse. It's half horse, half seahorse. Just half of it above. So half of it is above the water, and the half of it is below the water because they operate in the water. That's such a far sigil.
Pardon, my lord.
They tell me that you're the one that
But no, that's actually a tail, so that's not a seahorse. So I overthought it a little bit. So that's just the fish tail and the horse. Would have been so much cooler if it was a seahorse, literally.
body out of the sea.
Oh, shout out.
It's only my duty.
Cheers, yo. I'm really not looking forward to spending time with the people of King's Landing right now. Do I like any character here? I really don't like any of the characters here. I don't like Alicent. I don't like her father. I don't like that serial killer that they have for a bodyguard. I don't like the serial killer that she has for an advisor. I don't like the serial killer she has for a son. Who do I like from King's Landing right now? And I know this is a common occurrence, because when did I ever like anybody from King's Landing? But there were some characters that I enjoyed when Tyrion was there. Varys, Sansa, to an extent. Even Cersei, although I hated her, she was enjoyable. I don't find a lot of enjoyability in any of these characters, to be honest. Alicent has improved. I said this in the first season. The actress playing the character when she's grown was, to me at least, felt a lot better as far as performance goes. Obviously, I said this so many times. I feel like I'm repeating myself, but I might as well. She just had a lot more to work with. So I think she has improved in terms of enjoyability, right? But she's no Cersei, right? So in terms of getting the enjoyment out of her character, even if I hate her. And I don't hate Alicent the same way that I hate Cersei, so it's a bit of a weird thing. But anyway.
Keep your focus, men! Dragon! Harm the scorpion!
So they're waiting for an attack, for obvious reasons, right? But Rhaenyra is not going to attack them. Did Vhagar get smaller from the last time we saw her? Or was it just me? Uh-oh.
Where is Jaehaerys?
Attending his lessons.
So he had kids with his
Knows
sister,
where.
okay.
What do
As you do, at this
Taking him to
point.
the small council. He'll be king one day. He must begin his instruction.
I'm afraid.
Don't be. They'd be fools to come with Vhagar protecting the city.
Not the dragons. The rats.
Obviously speaking metaphorically, you imbeciles.
Queen's ninja.
Look at them looking for rats. You have a horrible, horrible tasted man, Alicent. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
We're expected at the small council, Your Grace.
We cannot. Again.
Yes, Your Grace.
Why do I feel like they have this conversation after post-nut clarity hits every time? But you should not. He kills people for fun, for no reason. You shouldn't. He's a ticking time bomb. At any moment, you might breathe wrong. He might cut your throat. Okay, is he gonna be the rat?
The Stormlands should be ours after Prince Aemon's marriage pact to the Lady Floris Baratheon. I anticipate their sworn declaration.
Thank you, my prince. That's very helpful.
My nephew, Lord Ormond, musters his forces to sally forth from Old Town.
My letters to Rhaenyra. Has there been any answer?
An apology for her dead son?
None, Your Grace.
Perhaps your grace might lend his voice to our outreach.
Enough!
In hopes that new terms might be negotiated.
Someone, please.
Is the heir to the throne bothering you, Tyland?
No. In the least, Your Grace.
Because I think he wants a ride, a pony ride. Wouldn't that be fun, Jaehaerys? Should the Master of Coin be your royal steed?
She's not joking.
Your grace, there are important matters to discuss, despite Sir Tyland's interruptions.
Very well. No time for amusements, Tyland. Off you go, Jaehaerys.
Goodbye.
Where were we?
Rhaenyra's blockade has placed King's Landing under strain.
Well, we should have just killed her when we had the chance.
Regrettably, the opportunity for surprise has been lost. We must play the board before us.
Aemon, what is your business here?
The king summoned me. Path to King's Landing is through the Riverlands. Must establish a toehold there.
The River Lords will either declare for me, or they will meet Vhagar and Sunfire together.
Rhaenyra has dragons as well.
Mine are bigger.
If we loose the dragons to war, there'll be no calling them back. We must...
That old Lord Tully will either raise my banner or see his burn. We should fly to Riverrun.
You are the king, Your Grace. You must not put your...
Why is he speaking? Who gave him permission to speak during a council?
And Vhagar is needed here to deter Rhaenyra from attacking, in retribution for the death of her son.
Errors were made in the hours following.
And I can't stand Alicent at times. She's so like, she looks at Aemond because he killed Rhaenyra's son as if, look what you did, instead of being like, oh, I raised the monster. Because she feels like it's an inconvenience rather than actually feeling bad about it.
Good morning, Your Grace.
Good morrow, Lord Larys.
New staff, personally.
Or he could be the biggest rat of them all. There's not enough feed you can give him in order to satisfy him completely. Maybe. Who knows?
Wing! Dragon!
So that's part of craziness. That's part of your son, probably, right there. If he got mutilated into equal parts as the dragon did. That's rough.
Aegon the Magnanimous, second of his name.
Whenever somebody is called magnanimous as like an epithet, rest assured 99% of the time they are going to be fools. No cool character is ever being prefixed as magnanimous ever.
Man.
The Magnanimous?
At least he recognizes it, how stupid it sounded.
And how might your king be of service?
'Tis my flock. A tenth of them taken
I have a feeling he's a horrible king.
by
Hopefully he proves me wrong.
the crown on the cusp of winter. If I'd had the time to plan,
We should
perhaps-
return them.
Your Grace?
I shall make your flock of sheep whole.
We already made a promise to all the Crownlands that a tithing of livestock would increase activity and, pray not, eventual fighting.
Right. Perhaps we could just return his sheep. He came all this way.
If you return one herd of sheep, Your Grace, you'll soon find...
Okay, maybe he is a decent king, and maybe this motherfucker is making all the wrong decisions. I guess the right decisions for them, for the oligarchs, not actually helping the people. What else is new, right? Okay, but I'd be surprised. Remember this motherfucker when he was young? He was jerking off outside of a window. Now, I know it's not that that's not like the ultimate character scene, but it's pretty up there, okay? No, but he was a bad. Like, I don't. He wasn't really like the most horrible, I guess, out of all the Targaryens and other characters we've seen. For example, he wasn't, or like Joffrey, or like the Bolton bastard Ramsay. I don't know. I feel like I haven't quite been able to like gauge the type of king that he is. Maybe he's somewhere in the middle. Of being a cunt, but also having some sense in him.
After further thought, I have decided that I cannot restore your sheep. If war were to break out, my dragons will require feed. Bring the next.
Salt always runs scarce on the road to Winter, Your Grace. We rely on ships from Essos for our supply. With a blockade in place and war threatening...
That treasonous blockade won't last long. I plan to send Vhagar to burn it to ash. Bring the next.
The Smiths are all proud to support your grace against Rhaenyra.
But
iron costs have grown. To put it simply, we are struggling. If we could but have the crown's coin before we started work.
You shall be paid, and paid well. My army cannot win a war without your weapons.
What now, bro?
Our victory depends on the efforts of the small folk.
You have my most sincere to your grace.
Your Grace, it filled my heart to see you on the Iron Throne. You're such a deft touch with the small folk, just as your father did.
Thank you, my lord.
I wondered, do you have a moment for a quiet word?
What are these all his groupies? Why do they keep following him around?
You controlled your father the same way. Viserys had a certain reputation as being pliable.
I am aware.
I would think, as we find ourselves standing within a hair's breadth of war, that you would wish to be viewed differently.
How?
Otto Hightower was your father's hand, Your Grace.
So we're getting another hand after another hand? Otto sucks at being the hand. He can't keep the position. He's about to be stripped of it twice in the span of 2 seasons.
Hours ago.
And I feel like that dude with the cane, he's gonna be the rat. I feel like that's why he's placing, like he said, even to Alicent, right? He handpicked everybody. So basically everybody works for him that works for Alicent. And they're trusting him with this. Now he's going to be in the king's ear as well. I'm sensing sabotaging as well. I'm sensing. I could be totally wrong and he could totally be on Alicent's side because he loves your feet. Totally reasonable. He killed his whole family for it. Fuck. But that's my guess of the day.
Do we pursue the same end?
No.
I must admit there are days where I myself can't be sure.
It's victory.
And how would you define victory?
Rhaenyra bending the knee and Aegon sitting the Iron Throne in peace, as Viserys wished.
Well, if that's how you describe it, then we are aligned.
Then be my ally. I would not repeatedly cut my legs from beneath me at that table of men. I sit there and I feel your anger.
Frustration. These critical days since Viserys' passing haven't gone to plan.
That's not my fault. My sons both see you as the great example. The hand to 3 kings.
That lost the position.
Ever eager to prove himself, and Aemond.
And he's going to do it twice.
Aemond is angry.
Aemond is crazy. Angry is not the word that I describe.
Rhaenyra's son took his eye and was never punished for it. What he did, however vicious...
The caprice of youth.
I can only hope. But if you undermine my voice, both those boys will grow deaf to it.
I hadn't seen it that way.
You only need to mind Aegon until the novelty of rule is spent. If he tires of it, you and I can steer our course to victory.
A fine strategy, daughter. But you must accept that the path to victory now is one of violence.
I know it.
So the Valyrian fleet is guarding Dragonstone, same way that we saw in King's Landing, how they had mounted the walls waiting for an attack.
You.
Her.
The White Worm. I did not think you would flower a traitor.
You speak of highborn games. I am commonborn.
How long have you been selling secrets to Otto Hightower?
As long as he had gold to pay for them.
Who sent you fleeing from King's Landing in such disrepair? You put Aegon on the throne.
That was the Hightower's conspiracy. I merely profited from knowing Aegon's movements. Blame me because your true enemies are out of reach.
That's true.
I held no loyalty to him. Certainly do not now. Otto Hightower was to me as I am to your noble ilk, fodder to be cast off. This is nothing of value to you, Damon.
Have her moved to the cells. She is to be treated as a traitor to the crown.
Forgive me, my prince, but the lady speaks the truth. Matter of honor.
Was it honor that made you stand by and watch as the Hightowers usurped the throne?
No, my prince. I'm shamed by it. Why I abandoned the King's Guard and my brother.
Gun was in your grasp. You should have killed him yourself.
Harrick and I were named to the King's Guard at just 8 and 10. And we swore the same oath to defend the whole of the royal family. So what were we to do when they turn against one another?
First of a name, Queen of the Andals, and the Rhoynar and the First Men, protector of the realm.
Find what you needed. Your counsel stands at the ready, Your Grace. I will fly to Harrenhal at your command and set our toehold in the Riverlands.
Your Grace, my Lord Husband's blockade of the Gullet moves into place. All seaborne travel and trade to King's Landing will soon be cut off.
I want Aemond Targaryen.
Makes sense.
In your years as merchant of gossip, you surely accumulated spies within the Red Keep.
Came with someone else, Damon. I was once in your thrall, but no longer.
Why did you come here then?
Knowledge in exchange for your freedom.
Why was he sailing to Dragonstone in the first place?
And Lord Cragen Stark has promised 2,000 men.
Well, no, he wasn't the youngest, he was the middle child, okay. Unless he had another child in the span of... No, that's not possible. So he wasn't the youngest, he was the middle. This is a good contrast that they're doing between the two characters.
Viserys Florian.
But it's very hard for me to sympathize with Alicent in her sadness. You haven't experienced anything close to losing your child like this. Or having your father killed. Or having your birthright stolen from you.
How do you bear a mislike for the Hightowers?
Fuck the Hightowers.
We found Hound's ancestor. It has to be.
Said you're one of Aegon's rat catchers. You must be busy.
I heard the White Worm was dead.
Her ghost told me you're a betting man. Fighting pits.
Dogs.
How deep your debts? I was also given to understand that you possess a unique knowledge of the Red Keep.
I know them better than the shape of my own cock.
This is my friend.
Damon's face right now, what type of analogy?
Tonight he's going to be your friend. To find and slay the Prince Aemond Targaryen.
Yeah, we all know that's not
Yes,
gonna
all
happen.
hair and one eye. Should be easy enough to find. Understand he's quite good in a fight. You want to take caution. One half. We'll get the other when it's done.
He ain't gonna kill no Aemond, bro. We all know that's not gonna work.
Alright. What if we can't find him?
We've wasted precious days in this war of quills and ravens. Words are wind.
You should be leading the van, and I should be flying cover on Vhagar. No castle would dare to raise Rhaenyra's banner against us. He would bring the whole of the Crown Lands.
Who the fuck does he think this motherfucker is? Nobody's scared of this punk, bro. Nobody, unless outside of unarmed civilians, obviously. What the fuck? I get you have the biggest dragon, sure. Otherwise, nobody would be scared of you either. But this motherfucker?
To heal in weeks.
Angry.
She blames me for starting this war, after she plotted with my father's council to usurp his throne.
Okay, unless she's making sense right here. You had a part to play it done well.
Her grace speaks with two tongues.
She has a gentle heart.
You wouldn't know shit about gentle hearts.
Spider. It is not your mother's fault.
She holds love for our enemy. That makes her a fool.
Return to your post, Lord Commander. I must have a word with the Prince.
So Aemond, I'm 100% sure isn't dying, but Otto could get killed.
It would concern me, grandson, if plans were being considered beyond the ears of your king and his hand. The zeal to act, I understand. I was young once myself.
I only wish to serve my king and my house.
You and Vhagar are the greatest single power in the realm. If it wasn't obvious before, it certainly is now. But there are many pieces at play here, some of which you can't yet see. I promise you, Aemond, you will have all the vengeance that you seek, but you must keep a grip on your impulses. We both know that your brother cannot.
If Aemond is who we're counting on from this side to keep his impulses at check, have bad news for you. Why the dog? So that you can smell him?
I need to be a symbol for the small folk as well as the nobility.
It's a king.
And grandsire mind me like some helpless duckling.
Oh, but you're the king. Who gives a shit what they say?
My brother.
Keep your eyes down.
I need a style that demonstrates power and commands respect. The untamable beast.
Look at the king.
How do we get upstairs?
The royals live up there. Different group of rat catchers work the upstairs.
If we're to kill a royal fucking prince, where do you think we're gonna find him?
The rest was your bet.
You're right here. Take the rest of the gold myself.
I'm no way upstairs. No.
Is this the same staircase Tyrion used to escape? That'd be a great touch. Yeah, it has to be, right? The thing is, we know they're not gonna kill Aemond, so like this whole thing,
we need to keep looking.
This is drawn out.
I'm not still.
Who the fuck is she?
She's the queen, she is.
Or does she look like a fucking son to you?
We need to get our head and get out.
Ah.
They both look the same. Which one's a boy? We'll look for a cock. Do anything but what I ask, and I'll bleed the whole lot of you. Which?
Wait. It's the other one. She's not going to give up the king's heir that easy.
Many things here. First of all, the poor children are innocent, obviously. Second of all, from their perspective, it'd be way quicker to just genuinely look for a cock. You wouldn't have to play these mind games. This is not screaming anyway.
She's telling true.
That's rough. 2 innocent children for some bullshit.
Helena!
You're having a panic attack, you want to go to your mother's dorm, your mother's room, to calm down. You walk in there and you see her riding. The commander. Fuck it, bro.
What's happened?
And they said we cannot do this again. Literally 2 days, 1 day later.
They killed the boy.
Yeah. Innocent children getting murdered in King's Landing is apparently what they do over there. The thing with shows like this is that all the innocent people that shouldn't be getting killed get killed. And then the people that should be getting their comeuppance, like Otto for example, are still somehow alive. That's the fucked up thing. Did the death of this son impact us as much as Luke? No. Neither of them we ever got to spend real time with. Luke a little bit more, which is why it was a bit more impactful. But still, whenever they go through the means of just taking innocent lives, especially those of children, it's horrible. But I should have thought of it, because they did focus on that boy early in the beginning extensively. So, but I didn't even think of it when it came to them trying to find Aemond. Yeah. That's fucked. I don't think Rhaenyra even asked for this. I feel this is Daemon's doing alone. Matter of fact, I'm willing to bet that that's just Daemon's doing alone. That's fucked up. That's fucked up. But yeah, that was a good episode. We didn't get anything new from any of the characters. Outside of Rhaenyra obviously wants Aemon's head. Alicent is a bit more eager to win this war, I'm guessing. But outside of that, all the characters remain pretty much the same as we last saw them. But yeah, this was a good episode, good reintroduction. I like how we started with the North. I felt like I commented this on the first season. We didn't even get to see the North at all in that first season. We were very south focused, which makes sense because we were focused on King's Landing. But I like how we started off with the North a little bit here in the beginning. I wonder if they're gonna play a bigger part in this, or they're just thrown in there for like Easter eggs basically. But yeah, it's just unfortunate again that it's the innocent kids that get killed. It's like it brings us no joy, no relief, no sense of vengeance really. So it just kind of like ruins my mood a little bit. And it's also gonna lead. I think it's gonna lead to Aegon becoming a little bit worse mentally, because he clearly loved his son. I feel like he apparently was a pretty decent king, but I do feel like that might worsen the situation. Yeah, I also don't think I'm not quite sure if I like the way that the queen, like the woman that we saw here, I keep forgetting her name, but the daughter of Alicent keeps kind of like hinting at things that will happen later in episodes. I feel like they're low-key spoiling things. Like, who decided that is a good idea? I know probably, I mean, I'd hope that's in the books, that's why they added it here. She has foresight, and it's an interesting aspect of her character, but it does feel like she kind of like hints at things that will happen, and we kind of like expect them to, which I'm not quite sure how to feel about that, to be honest. On one hand, I like it. Again, I said it's an interesting aspect of your character. On another hand, it's a bit spoilery in the same vein. But yeah, overall, I'm still like thinking a bit like I'm lacking in likable characters in the show. Rhaenyra is the closest that I can think to a likable character, and her son Jace. But out of the main ones, I can't really seem like the daughter. I guess Alicent's daughter a little bit, but still, we don't really get to know her enough for me to really like her character. Outside of that, I'm kind of indifferent to most of the characters. That's the fucked up thing. Daemon is likable. Again, I said this before, in the same way that Jaime was likable. He's charismatic, so he works. He's entertaining. Obviously, his actions throughout the show have a lot of time being abhorrent and deplorable, including this. I mean, I know he didn't send them to kill the young prince, but I'm sure he won't really mind anyways. I guess I thought Viserys was kind. I thought she was just a fool. But overall, there are just not many likable characters. I'm gonna be honest. That's the bad thing I can say about the show. It's like that's the only complaint that I have so far, is that it's been one season and the story has been good, the episodes have been good, but I just haven't been able to really develop a big attachment to any of these characters. That's my only concern so far in this show. In the same way that I had in the first Game of Thrones. Even after the first season, because I did say, right, the first season was phenomenal of House of the Dragon. I thought it was fantastic. I thought it was on par with the first Game of Thrones. But by season 2 of Game of Thrones, I already had begun, like, I obviously like Dany right off the bat, right? That's a non-equivalent. But I had Tyrion, right? I had Jon. To a lesser extent yet in the first season, right? But at the start of the second season, a little bit more. Rob at the start of the second season, ending of first season, start of second season, was really getting up there. Arya, I really like. Arya was brilliant, right? So I don't know what it is about it. I don't know if it's the characters. I don't know if it's the writing. I don't know exactly what it is. But I think the writing has been good. So it's not the writing per se. It's the characters themselves that I haven't connected with to that extent. What is missing for me to connect with them? Is it quite simply likability, them doing things that make them likable? Because even Tyrion, right, as smug as he was in the first season, he still did a lot of likable shit that will make you like him. we don't quite get that. For example, they could have easily made Daemon do likable shit. They just don't. Daemon, like the minute that I'm kind of like, maybe I'll like Daemon, then he goes ahead and prompts somebody to murder a child. And again, I know that he didn't intend for them, but still, you put them in there with the intent to kill, head for a head, basically, and they kill the young prince, because they couldn't find Aemon. Obviously, they wouldn't be able to kill Aemon. Did you really think those two random guys would be able to kill Aemon? Be serious. So yeah, that's my only complaint. Visually, the show is rich, and the story is very engaging. Missing that a little bit of really being attached to these characters. Yeah. I'm gonna need that to pick up a little bit. You've given me no real reason to like Alicent. Like, you've given me no real reason to like her. Her sympathy act does not work. She always feels so wronged by everything. She's just out there fucking the worst people possible. She has usurped the throne and didn't listen to... She thinks she's listening to what... That's another thing that really annoyed me in the last season. Giving her this out, oh, I thought that's what he wanted. It only feeds to her victimhood that's unjustified. So I don't like Alicent. I don't like Oro. I don't like anybody in the Kingsguard or the Council. These are some tough scenes to get to when you don't like anybody. But that's my only thing. I feel like I was complaining a bit too much here. I think that was a good episode. I'm just reaching, like, we're in season 2 now, and I need from the characters to some characters, and it's like some people are like, why do you need likable characters to like a show? It's not that I need them to like the show. I like the show. I just don't feel attached to characters that I think are not good people. Like they're not. Not everybody can be that, right? You can have some characters like Cersei in the first show where you knew they were a piece of shit, but you liked. You can have 1-2 characters like that. Okay, even Joffrey, which I despised, you can have 1-2 characters like that. Matter of fact, you need good villains. When everybody is kind of like that, but also what pisses me off is so many of these characters that I genuinely don't care for, or like that I have a dislike for, they believe that they are wrong. Everybody, it's a rule of writing that every character in their part of the story needs to feel like the hero. So that's on par with good writing. I'm not blaming that, but still it's annoying seeing these characters, everybody feel like they're wronged, like they're owed something or that they've been wronged, which I guess is pretty human, right? That's very common in real life as well. It's a little bit annoying. That's all. I hope eventually there's some things in some of these characters that I'm kind of starting to grow fond of, outside of just me going through the story and the events of what happens. I just need somebody to feel like I'm rooting for, you know? That's what I have to say. Sorry for the long bit rant here in the end. I still enjoyed this first episode. Hopefully we just see this improvement as we go along, moving forward. But that's all for me, guys. Thank you so much for joining me in another episode. I'll see y'all in the next one. Have a good one, guys. Bye. you.